You're listening to Eric's Top News.
Hello, subscribers. How y'all doing? That's right, another American Truck Simulator soundtrack for to open this episode. So, it's been, already 2 weeks since the last episode of Eric's Top News, and there is a lot to talk about, but I'll try to go at a, not a slow pace, because it is on a weeknight, and, but I want to do this episode. Alright. So yeah, there is a lot to say. A lot has happened over the past 2 weeks. Mainly, if you see the text on the bottom left, that's right, I did 3 meetups with my friends. So I'll talk about a little bit of all 3 of the meetups. Okay? And then I'll get into, the videos on this channel, some upcoming videos, vlogs, gaming, and some conversations. Alright? And a big announcement towards the end of this episode. Okay. As you can see, I'm wearing my Mario hat, the red hat that I got for my birthday not too long ago, and I'm wearing a red shirt that matches. And, yeah, it kind of fits in, right? Maybe I should wear this for Christmas this year? Mario Santa? I wonder if there's a Mario Santa hat. It's funny how I'm mentioning Christmas, because in 1 week will mark 6 months before and after Christmas. And in 2 weeks, the year will be half over already. Like, holy moly, that's crazy. So, let's get into what I want to talk about. And then the music stops. That is the American Truck Simulator truck upgrade. Alright, so if you listen to the last episode of Eric's Top News, that episode got almost 100 views. I believe that is the most viewed episode so far on this channel, and it is. That's crazy. The latest episode is the most viewed episode. I guess it's because of the title of the episode, Phone Calls with Some Friends. I did 3 phone calls. If you're familiar with my friends, I put pictures of them while I was talking to them on the phone. So the first one I did was with Hamza. Second one was with Toby. And the third one was with Alec. And do y'all remember in that episode I said I might do 3 meetups in a week, and that's exactly what happened. All right. So that's crazy. 3 meetups in a week, 7 days. So the first meetup we did was on June the 6th, Saturday. It was with Hamza, Landon, and Logan. I believe Brad was supposed to join us, but he had work that night. He said he would join in the afternoon, but he didn't. I think it's because he was tired. Brad works at Walmart at night shifts. He's a maintenance. All right. So, yeah, he didn't come on that date. But we already planned a date for June the 6th. And the reason why we chose the meetup on that day was because of the next day was 6/7 day, Sunday, June the 7th. All right. So, yeah. I'll talk about that 6/7 special day video I made later in this episode. All right. So what do we do? What did we do? I mean, obviously I do record a lot whenever we do meetups. We were thinking about going out somewhere to Main Event Entertainment. It was an idea that I came up with to Landon. Hey, what if we like go back to Main Event and just yell or say 6-7 to random people? You know, like that air hockey score. You can get an air hockey score of 6-7, and like, yeah. I think we would have done that if Brad were to meet up with us, but that did not happen. So, did a video of me playing pool with Hamza, which I just released that the other day, by the way. So we were playing pool while we were waiting for Landon and Logan. And if you saw that video, you must have heard that I did a quick call with Landon. He thought, you know, it would be kind of funny if my friends actually listened to these episodes. I don't know. I don't think they know that I do this Eric's Top News podcast. But anyways, I don't think. Okay, Landon. He thought we were gonna meet up at the mall. So I looked at my phone to see if he messaged me, and he did, and he said we're here, and I'm like, okay. So we looked out the window, we could not see their car, so I'm like, where are they? And they messaged me that like 20 minutes ago, or 20 minutes later, and then we went out. We looked out the windows to see where they were, but they weren't there. So I called them. He didn't answer. Actually, with all due respect, every time I called Landon, which isn't much, he doesn't answer. But he actually called me back a few minutes later, and then he said, "Oh, we're at the mall waiting for you guys." And and I said, "Oh, I thought y'all are gonna come to the house." You know, I guess he got confused or he misunderstood. So we waited for them to come to the house, and while we were waiting, Hamza and we did an actual game of 8-ball of billiards. And my question was, well, are we gonna be able to finish this game before Landon and Logan come to the house? Well, the answer was, yeah. We were able to finish the game right before they came to the house. If you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check that. I'm not going to say who won or what happened, even though I kind of said what happened, but mainly that phone call and that video. So that's what we did first, and then finally the two big boys showed up, and first thing we did was we played Uno, and we played Uno over there. If you're watching this, we played Uno over there. And yes, I did record from the GoPro and the digital camera. So I'm going to have to go through those clips and put them together so that way I can upload it. So we did that first, all right? And then after that, I believe Landon and Logan and Hamza, they all played some billiards. And I didn't play with them because I was just, I don't know, chilling on my chair on my phone. And then we were thinking about, no, this was the plan. We were going to get some Domino's pizza because there was like a deal or a coupon that was going to expire on 6/7, June the 7th. So, yeah, that's what we got for food. We all went to Domino's because it was 4 of us. I was the driver, and I had to get gas. So that was the first time I had to get gas while friends were waiting for me. Let me tell you, the gas is so expensive now, it's ridiculous. It was like I had to spend over $50. But my gas tank was really low. I might have done a video of that, but Anyways, after that, we went to Domino's. And then we ate back at the house. Because you can't eat at pizza chains anymore. Unless if it's like a Rotolo's, or Johnny's Pizza. I think you can eat in there. Not quite sure. I haven't had Johnny's Pizza in a while. I might get that soon. And of course, pizza buffets like CC's Pizza, for example, you can eat in there. But, like Domino's, Papa John's, Pizza Hut, Little Caesars, you can't eat in there. It's all takeout. Which, I guess that makes sense, because a lot of people, they take out food, So we ate at the house. And then, after that, I'm trying to remember, I think we played some Nintendo Land. No, we actually played Mario Party 8. Yep, we played a 15 turn of Mario Party 8. And I recorded the whole gameplay. I'm not going to say what happened or who won or which board we did. So I would like to release that one of these days. Alright, so we did that. And then after that, we played some Mario 3D World. And I recorded that on its separate video. And then after that, it was midnight. And then you remember that clip on the 6-7 where the clock actually turned midnight? That's right, they actually stayed until midnight. So that was on Saturday, June the 6th. Okay? And then we were talking about another meetup on Monday, June the 8th. Because that's the only way where we can see Toby and Alec at the same time. Yes, Toby and Alec. Remember, I did those phone calls with them. I don't see those guys as much because they don't live in the same city as me anymore. They moved out of town, sadly. I mean, it is what it is. It happens. Sometimes one of your good close friends has to move out of town, Alec lives in Virginia. The reason why he lives in Virginia is because he went to college there. He went to Virginia Tech there. Toby lives way down in South Louisiana. He lives in Thibodaux, and basically he went to Nichols University. I thought for sure he would go to LSU because that's where his grandfather went to, because I would see his grandfather would wear like LSU shirts. But Hamza, Landon, and Logan, they all went to LSU, so they technically still live in the city. But for Alec and Toby, this is our opportunity, our chance to see them together. So originally that was going to be on June the 9th. However, it was postponed to June the 9th, Tuesday. And the reason why is because on Monday, June the 8th, I felt tired. I felt like it's better if we do Tuesday so I can just relax. Because I kind of just did a meetup with Landon, Logan, and Hamza on June the 6th, So I'm like, okay, how about we get an extra day off before we meet up again? And that's what we did. We met up on Tuesday, June the 9th. It was after at 5 o'clock. This was on a work day. This was our first time meeting up on a weekday, I think. Actually, no, I take that back. We actually met up, I believe, in 2024 in January. We went to Main Event on a weeknight. But we only met up at Main Event. We didn't meet up at the house. Yeah, I remember that. That was on a weeknight. That just popped into my mind. That was the time where we went to Main Event, played the arcade games, and went out to play some bowling. That was also with me, Hamza, Landon, Logan, Toby, and Alec. And this time it was at the house on a weekday. And this was like the soonest meetup You know what I mean? Like in between meetups, it was only 2 days, or 3 if you count Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday. But really, it's 2 days in between the meetups because Alec and Toby they were not available on the weekend. Because Alec and Toby they came in town, I believe, Sunday night, Sunday evening. All right. So did another meetup. The second meetup was on June the 9th, Tuesday, with Hamza, Landon, Logan, Toby, and Alec. Brad was supposed to join us. I asked him, "Hey, are you off on Tuesday?" And he said yes. So I thought he would come. But he never did. He never came. And I guess he felt tired again. And I understand that. You don't want to do a meetup or a party, have fun when you're sleepy. He actually messaged me. Let's see. I'm just going through his messages here. Yeah, I messaged him Tuesday at 12:30 because he sent me a picture, and then he didn't message me until it was almost 11 p.m. Tuesday night. So I'm like, oh well, he never came. I did call him, but he didn't answer. So that was kind of unfortunate that Brad could not join us on that date. And so here's what we did on Tuesday. This was on a work day, remember. I had work, Hamza had work, as well as Logan. I'm not sure about Landon, but Landon and Logan, they share one car. So basically Landon had to wait for Logan to get off of work, and then so that way they can both come to the house at the same time. But they got off at 5 o'clock, so they came a little later. This was mainly an evening meetup. We did not have a whole lot of time to do a lot of things. It is what it is, but that's better than not meeting up at all, Alec and Toby, they were available all day because, they don't live here, all right? So, I had to pick up Alec. They rented a place, okay? It's like a tiny apartment, basically. Alec was in town all week last week, from Sunday, June the 7th to the 14th. So I had to pick him up because his father had to do something at the time. So, and he lived close, so it wasn't too far of a drive. So I picked him up, and I did a video of that. It was kind of funny. I think that was the first time Alec rode with me. So he was the first one. I made sure he was the first one to come on our meetup. And then I messaged Toby that, you can come now, because he also doesn't live very far away. Hamza came second, though. And then not too long after him was Toby. Hamza, it's funny because I told him, hey, don't forget to bring your swimsuit or his swim trunks, and he said, oh, it's a little too late for that. And I'm like, oh, I thought you were going to go back home to get them. And he said, oh no, I'm going straight to your place after work. And I guess that makes sense because his workplace is a little far from his home. Plus, remember, he gets off at 5 o'clock traffic is like the worst. So had he gone home to get his swim trunks, he may not get here until 6:30 or 7. Well, guess what? That was when Landon and Logan came here, 6:30 to 7 p.m. Let's just say 6:45. Yeah, it took them a while to get here. All right. And like I said, we did not have a whole bunch of time to do a lot of things, so we were thinking of going out somewhere. But we only went out to Raisin Cane's. That's right. We went out to eat Raisin Cane's. And I did a video there because that was probably the biggest meetup we ever, for food related, I guess. Yeah, because, Raising Cane's started where I live, capital city. That's right. And I believe Raising Cane started 30 years ago? 1996? Let me look that up real quick. Let me see. Raising Cane started almost 30 years ago. Founded August 28, 1996. Well, I might as well get Cane's on that date. I'm sure they're going to celebrate their 30th anniversary. They better. Plus, Raising Cane's, they actually celebrate some big events. I mean, they sponsor the LSU Tigers football team as well as the New Orleans Saints. And, this is mainly for sports. Yeah, I guess I'm doing this for Keith, KSN. They did the Winter Olympics. Remember that big video that I live streamed back in late February? It was, or early March, still hanging out with friends. Or evening hangout with friends, whatever it was called. It was like a 3-hour video, even though I live streamed it. Remember, I live streamed it because I did not have the time to upload it. It wasn't going to be done uploading to premiere it on time, so I had no choice but to live stream it, But they were celebrating the Winter Olympics, and then St. Paddy's Day, they had the special green lemonade, which was really cool. I had that. And now the World Cup. Yeah, so that's really cool. So we went there, and yeah, we all agreed to get Cane's. Yeah, it was all 6 of us, I believe. Yep, 6 of us. So, it's kind of funny. Everyone, how Raising Cane's, they don't have much on the menu. They have like 4 things on the menu: the 3-finger combo, the box combo, the sandwich combo, and the caniac. The caniac is the biggest combo. I believe you get 6 fingers? So everyone except for Hamza got the caniac combo. Hamza got the box combo, because with the caniac combo you get a large drink. Box combo, you get a regular size drink. So it was kind of funny, like when we were all eating together, I looked at everyone's just, did we all get the exact same thing? Everyone did except for Hamza. That was kind of funny. I guess Hamza's the kid at this big group. Too much food. Caniac's too much for him. Actually, you're probably wondering, did I eat all of it at once? The caniac meal? I did not. So I asked for a box. But I purposely got the caniac. Because, I was going to eat the leftovers anyways before I went to sleep, And Landon, he didn't eat anything like the whole day. Like, bro, you're going to starve yourself. And that's what he did. He's like, oh, well, I'm also a heavy person, so I got to eat a lot. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. I think he got his food last. I remember we were all in line. Out of all 6 of us, Landon ordered last, and I think he finished his food first. Oh my god, I don't know why that's funny. Because he didn't eat anything the whole day. Let me just say that again. He ordered last. Out of all 6 of us, he was the last one to order his meal. Meaning he got his food last, and he finished his meal first. Meaning he ate everything off of his plate. Oh my gosh. You mean business. If there's an eating contest, I think Landon would win. Also, speaking of him, I'm not sure if you remember that video. It was a swimming video. Towards the end of the video, he drank a Sunny D bottle. Those regular size bottles. Not the tiny ones, but the ones where you can, I guess, suck into. Well, he drank all of that he chugged it in like 5 seconds. I'm like, holy, you know, um, actually, that might be the #1 landed moment on this channel. Real quick, I'm sort of thinking, what if I do compilation videos of my friends? Because Alec, this was a couple years ago, he suggested me that I should do a compilation video of him jumping in the pool. I might actually do that. It might not be this year, but maybe next year, I don't know. But that would be kind of cool to do compilation videos of my friends, like I guess the best moments or something like that. But I'll let you know for sure if I'm really going to do that. Speaking to Alec, after Raising Cane's, we went back to the house, and he wanted to jump in the pool. And I knew it. I knew he wanted to jump in because he loves swimming. Yeah, T-Bone, if you're listening, you call Alec the swimming guy. He really is. He also likes to ride his bike. He's really like an outdoor guy. Maybe that's why he's so skinny. Because he likes to do those outdoor activities, which is great. It's healthy. It's great for your body. He burns the calories. I got to give him a big shout out. Give Alec a big shout out. So I was wondering if any of the others are going to go swimming, but it turned out to be no. It was only Alec that wanted to jump in the pool. So this was like after 8 o'clock, like 8:30. It was getting dark, so I made sure I let him use my GoPro. Remember the GoPro? I have it right here. And I made sure it's all charged and had enough memory. So I let him use my GoPro, and he was like, "Is this waterproof? Is this okay?" And I'm like, "Yes, trust me." And he jumped in with the GoPro in his hand, just like he did back in late November of last year, Thanksgiving weekend. Same thing. This was at night, basically. And we were all just watching him. And he did it like, because this was after he ate, because I don't really do physical activities after I eat because it makes my stomach upset. But I guess it didn't make his stomach upset. He was totally fine. But he was like, "Hey, can you give me a towel?" And I'm like, "Oh, you didn't bring a towel." Luckily, I have plenty of towels, so I brought him a towel, or gave him a towel. I think I gave him my old Super Mario towel, beach towel. I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen that towel, but I think I showed it in my very, very old videos. But anyways, so that's what happened after Raising Cane's, and then after that, we were all in the mood. Oh, we played Uno. I was like, "Hey, this is a big meetup. We have to play some Uno." Because you know how when you play Uno, you can play up to 10 players, which is crazy. This is 6 of us. We played Uno. And yes, I did record that big Uno gameplay. I'm not going to say what happened or who won, because that spoils it, right? But yeah, gotta have to put the clips together. Yeah, we like Uno, because we grew up playing Uno at school. This is Mario-themed Uno, which is really cool. All right. And we played it on the pool table. We played it on the pool table. So yeah, it was all 6 of us. And then the game took a while. I'll just say that. Then after that, we all played some Nintendo Land. Yeah. First time with Toby. Unfortunately, Alec had to leave, so he couldn't stay much longer for Nintendo Land. But we did that. That was the last thing we did on Tuesday night, June the 9th. Okay. I have the video files, and let's see. Yeah, we played Nintendo Land after Uno. Because, we were able to do 5-player mode, and that's what we did. We mainly played Mario Run, where you chase Mario, the Toads have to chase Mario, and Luigi's Mansion. Those are our two favorite 5-player games. So we did those. And we had fun. We had a fun time. Because those games you can't play as single player. I mean, it would have been cool if you can play as a CPU against the CPU, but that was not an option for those games. So yeah, we did that. And yeah, I'm going to have to upload that full video. And then, I forgot to mention this. Alex said, I asked Alec, hey, is there a way where we can meet up one more time before you leave town so we can do swimming? And he said, it's possible. He said there's a chance that I'll be available again on Saturday. And then I think it was like a day or two later after our second meetup, he said, I'm officially available on Saturday, which was his last day in town before he left town. And I'm like, yes, we can do swimming. And that's what we did. Our third meetup was on Saturday, June 13th. It was me, Hamza, Landon, Logan, Alec, and Brad. Brad came this time. Toby, he had to leave. He had to leave the day after our second meetup. Okay. I heard that he works at like a pizzeria place. But Toby said he might come back in town one more time before summer season's over. His birthday is in August, so there's a chance he might be in town again in August. His birthday's on August the 4th, I believe. Either the 4th or the 5th. I remember back in like 2015, the first day of school was like the day after his birthday, or 2 days after his birthday. I'm like, wow. So, yeah. But he said, yeah, let me know if you want to meet up again, as long as I let him know in advance. So, yeah, we can totally do swimming next time he comes in more Nintendo Land or whatever. And yes, I've been to his grandparents' house before. You might have seen that in the 2000 video extravaganza. Yeah, if you're wondering whose house that was Toby's grandparents' house. All right. By the way, speaking of that, I do have unreleased videos of me, Landon, and Logan, which was their first time at Toby's grandparents' house. That was back in the summer of last year, where I did those shorts of Toby's cats. Yeah, that was at his grandparents' house. Okay, so the final meetup was on Saturday, June 13th. It was mainly swimming. All right, and yes, I of course I recorded the swimming videos. And I still have a lot of the swimming stuff from last year's, like swimming parties. They're still pretty good. They're still in pretty good condition, like the floats where you have to use the pump to blow air on it. Okay, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I made sure I had those things ready, and yeah, no problems. Except there was an issue. I almost slipped and fell outside of the pool. If you're familiar with the swimming pool, you know that brown stuff around the pool, not the deck. I'm not talking about the deck. I'm talking about around the pool, where the edges of the pool. For some reason, I don't know what that's called. I guess it's like cement or whatever. But basically that the brown cement, whatever you call those things, it was slippery. And I'm like, why is it so slippery? Because it was never that slippery. And I wasn't running. I was just walking. This was on the shallow end. The shallow end of the pool. I was going to walk back into the shallow end, and I almost slipped, and I was like, oh my gosh, I think I hurt my big toe for a second. I was like, gosh, you know, it could have been worse, but I was okay. And then Landon and Logan, they wanted to jump off at the same time, so they were both standing on the deep end. And when Landon jumped, he slipped. He slipped while he was jumping off, and I'm like, okay, why is this so slippery? We're hoping to get that fixed. I don't know what causes it, but I don't know. Hopefully there's a way. That swimming pool, we had that swimming pool for a long time. Speaking of pool, we had this pool table. We also had that pool table for a long time as well. Yes, I've been living in this house for over 20 years. So when you live in the same house for that long, yeah, eventually things need to get repaired or replaced. And that costs money, you know. It's not easy. But anyways, the last meetup was mainly swimming. Unfortunately, okay, Alec, he came here first, and he wanted to play American Truck Simulator. So that's exactly what happened. He played American Truck Simulator, and he has a profile. Remember, I made a profile mainly for Alec and Brad, but this was mainly Alec. Alec was my first friend that played American Truck Simulator. If you go back to the early episodes, the first friend that joined me was Alec. So that's why I made that profile for him. He picked his headquarters, Fort Collins, Colorado, because he's actually been there in real life. Yeah, Alec, he's actually been to quite a bit of states. A couple years ago, he went to Colorado, Wyoming, Idaho, Oregon. Yeah, that region of the country, he's been to those states. It's awesome. So he played American Truck Simulator, and it was his first time exploring Louisiana, because the last time he came here, before his last appearance, which was late November, the state of Louisiana didn't come out yet. But he played Euro Truck Simulator 2 for the first time, so I wanted to show him that. And not too long ago, I think it was like over a month ago, I released that video, that episode of him playing Euro Truck Simulator 2. So Alec, he did play American Truck Simulator. Unfortunately, the game audio was really loud, so it was hard to hear us talking. I think because I forgot, his profile audio is different. The volume level is higher, and for some reason I didn't thought of lowering the volume. I didn't thought it was that loud, but now I know. SCS Software games, the volume is very loud. Remember last year I played those old 18 Wheels of Steel games and old Hunting Unlimited games, and when I first opened those games up, the audio is so loud. The music, because it's always at the maximum volume. No, I'm like, gosh, why is it so damn loud, you know? I don't know what. Yeah, but anyways, Alec, he did play American Truck Simulator, Louisiana, and Hamza also played. All right, so yeah, I'll talk about American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2 and the gaming part of this episode. So after that, we went swimming for a while, and then after swimming, Alec had to leave. Yeah, Alec did not have a lot of time, but I was glad we were able to meet up, because Alec had to leave early on Sunday morning to go back to Virginia. And that's right, they drove. They did not fly on a plane. They drove. They I said drove. They drove from Virginia to South Louisiana, and it took them 2 days. And I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. So, I mean, he's flew from Virginia to South Louisiana before, but this time it was by car. So it was great to see him. Man, I wish he still lives here, because he's a really cool guy. Alec, he's like the type of friend, he's down for anything. So, and yeah, he's actually going to go to Norway for graduate school, which is crazy, in August. So, Alec, if you're listening to this, I wish you all the best going forward. And he does sometimes check out my channel once in a while, so that's great. He's into the weather. I think he's going to become like a meteorologist. He messaged me the other day that, hey, there's a potential tropical storm coming. So he said I should do a video of that. And I'm like, all right. So after Alec left, the rest of us, me, Hamza, Landon, Logan, and Brad, we all went out to get food. Brad was in the mood for Raisin Canes, but I told Brad, hey, we just had Raisin Canes, so we're going to go to McDonald's. But Brad's like, alright, but I'm still going to get some Raisin Canes. So I'm like, alright, cool. So Brad went to Raisin Canes, and the rest of us, we went to McDonald's. Alright. But we all decided to eat back at the house. Okay? Because, you know, that would be weird if Brad meets up with us in McDonald's and he eats Raisin Canes inside of the McDonald's. I don't think you're allowed to do that. I've never done that before. So we all decided to eat back at the house. Brad, he got his food fast. But me, Hamza, Landon, Logan, we had to wait for quite a bit because there was other people in there. Okay? And this is... something bizarre happened for me from McDonald's. So, long story short, I ordered this special bacon burger. And, you know, I'm not into toppings. I'm not into lettuce, tomato, onions, pickles on my burger. I just want the patty, the bacon and cheese in the bun. Just a regular plain burger. So you can customize how you want your burger to be made. You know, they have those big kiosks, or whatever those things are called, those giant touch screens where you can order your food, which is really cool. Because you get to look at the menu while you're ordering. You get to decide what you want. So that's what I did. I wanted this... I forgot what it was called, but it was like a special burger, and I didn't want any of the toppings. But then when I scrolled down, there was an option to make it plain, so I just tapped on it. I'm like, okay, I wanted plain anyways. Then I got other stuff with it. But then once I made my order official, when I paid and they gave me the ticket, because they give you a number, the lady asked me who had this order number, and I said, oh, that's me. And she said, this is the weird story, okay? She said, okay, so you want just bacon? And I'm like, that's right. No toppings. So then I got my food, right? And then we went back to the house. And then when I took the burger, the plastic container with the burger inside of it, when I took it out of the bag, I'm like, this is very light. Now, this special burger, it comes with 2 patties, but I only wanted 1 patty, just in case if I didn't like the burger, I won't get it again. Yeah, this type of burger I'd never had before. Usually if I get a burger, it's a double quarter pounder. So when I took the burger container out of the bag, it was very light, and I'm like, why is this so light? And when I opened it, you're not going to believe this, but this was on camera. They only gave me bacon and the buns. No beef patty. And I'm just like, what the F? What kind of shit is this? You know? And I showed it to my friends, and they were like, they were the same thing. They were the same way. What the you know? And I'm just like, nah, we have to go back. We got to go back to McDonald's and show them this. And I'm just like, this is not what I wanted. But I remember the lady, she asked me, do you want just bacon? And I said yes, but I didn't thought they would take the patty out of the burger. Yeah, I want just bacon on the burger, not just bacon without the patty. She didn't say, okay, so you just want the bacon and no patty? She didn't say that. She just asked me, oh, so you want just bacon? And I'm like, yes. That's what I want. I don't want any other toppings. I just want a plain bacon cheeseburger. Whatever that was called. It was called something, that special burger. But anyways, yeah, they just gave me no beef patty. It was just the bacon and the buns. I'm like, what the hell? That was like the most bizarre experience I had at a place like McDonald's. So we had to go back, and we showed him the ticket, and it says remove beef patty, and I'm like, wait, I did not ask for them to remove it, but they were able to give me they were able to make the sandwich right, so and we were good. So that was weird, but that was on video. So one of these days you're gonna see that video. And then after McDonald's, I showed them some of the 6-7 highlights that I made. You know, after the Buc-ee's contest, if you saw that special 6-7 day video, after the Buc-ee's contest, there was like a highlight reel playing of the 6-7 moments. That's what I showed them. And yes, I recorded our reaction. And then after that, we played Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And I was still eating my McDonald's, so I didn't want to play while I was eating. So I was watching them play while they were eating. Okay? And then after that, let's see here. I'm trying to find it. Okay, so after Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I believe we played some more Nintendo Land. Now this was on June 13th, right? I'm trying to find the video files, because I know for sure I didn't upload them yet. I didn't delete them. Okay, wait, I think I found them. Yes, I found them. Okay. So yeah, we played Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And then Brad had to leave. Brad didn't stay long for Smash because he said his grandma was coming home. So then we played Nintendo Land, the Attraction Tour, which is basically that party mode. And I just released that video, by the way, a few nights ago. And then we played more Nintendo Land. You know, more Mario Chase and Luigi's Mansion. And I believe that was it. Yeah, that was it, because it was also getting close to midnight. So those were my 3 meetups with my friends. And yep, did a lot of videos with them. Yeah, I will release those. Okay. Now, I'll talk about those a little bit later. So, Toby. I mentioned Toby. It's been a while since I've seen the guy before he made his return. I think the last time was last summer. I think it was in, I don't know exactly, but it was like summer of last year, so probably almost a year ago. And so we were hanging out. He was telling us how he's been doing. And yeah, so how's Toby doing? Well, here is that video of us just chilling while he tells us his story. What if he somehow listens to this? Oh, by the way, Toby, when he came, he did say quite a bit of bad words, so you have been warned. So here it is.
For the most part, they'd like me to move out, and I would also like to move out. But like, if push comes to shove, that we were talking about, like, probably what's going to happen is I just get a storage unit and put a bunch of my crap in there, because their house is full of my stuff and their stuff. They really just want to have a not insane pile of crap in my room, which I also would like. Like, I'm going to be serious, like 90% of my room is filled with stuff. Just so much shit. Stuff from the dorm, stuff I've picked up over the years. Excess clothes I kind of just need to deal with eventually. Just a whole bunch of things like that. That and some things that like I don't want to get rid of because they literally were given to me because I thought I was getting a dorm. Like I got a nice crock pot at Christmas. Like I have like a toaster oven that I had at the dorm. I don't have a fridge in there, but like, you know, it's just like a bunch of appliances and stuff. That it's like, this would be really, really useful. I'm not gonna get rid of this, but like, I also need it out of my window.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how much rental storage is for, but
Less than renting a house,
I would assume
or an apartment.
if it's not, then that's
But renting an apartment as a storage space because it's cheaper.
You could do that.
I could. It would be extremely financially irresponsible, but I could. That's some shit that like Jason Bourne would do. It's like, oh, to have a secret like storage space, he rents out an apartment and then like doesn't live there and just puts like his stash of fake money in like the vent. That's some spy movie shit.
Are you comfortable living with a stranger?
I'm honestly not certain. That's kind of why I've been trying to find like mostly from my pool of friends. But again, the main problem is the biggest problem is originally my plan was to room with two of my friends. The one of them pulled out a few months ago because he was like, "Hey, I'm going to graduate school. I'm running out of time. I need to make a decision, so I'm just gonna apply for dorms this year." And I was like, "Well, fuck, but okay." And then I was like, "Okay, so I still have the other roommate, so we'll start looking into 2-bedroom apartments instead of 3-bedroom." And now he pulled out on me. I'm like, just God damn it.
You're gonna still be intimidated.
That's what I want to do, frankly. Because that's the other thing. The prices around there are a lot better. Like
I would assume because it's not like apartments.
yeah, I mean they're a little higher than most smaller towns because it's a college town.
Yeah, maybe.
But they're also not that bad.
I don't know how far Homa is, but I have a colleague who has family in Homa. Maybe I can ask him.
I have a bunch of friends around Homa. I could maybe ask around with that. Or hell, the roommate that called out on me here. The main reason he said no is because he's from Homa and doesn't have anything in Thibodeau.
You guys are waiting for everyone.
Yeah, that's been the biggest catch-22. Where it's the whole thing of he doesn't have shit in Thibodeau, I don't have shit in Homa.
Yeah. Is it a priority to be close to family, or is it just like you're trying to be in Thibodeau above all, or is it just like, oh, I just need a place to live that's near in this vicinity?
It's a little bit of both. If push comes to shove, I would be fine moving to Homa and just finding some other job. But I like Thibodeau.
Okay. Well, I guess you just got. I hope you can actually get a good paying job.
Yeah, I'm looking into it. The degree should help, especially. Pretty much once I got back home tomorrow, I was like, or really maybe before I head home, because I have my laptop. I was going to start trying to look into, see if there's any job openings at like the Thibodeau Lafourche Library or the Nichols Library, or just Nichols.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd be a lot, but I'd imagine they'd be better than $11.50.
Well, yeah,
maybe.
Even though it's cheaper over here. I know. It's like, I guess like I don't know with like general studies degrees, you know, how much
it doesn't matter if it's not a perfect fit. Mainly what I care about is this not as terrible as being in a kitchen, and is this paying more than $11.50 an hour?
Yeah. Priority, I think, when you're young, at some point, sometimes you just gotta take a job that you can.
Yeah, I'm fine with taking a bullshit job. That's what I'm doing right now. It is what it is.
Yeah, so you, like, look all your options, I'd say. I don't know if the government have anything.
That is one thing that I've also been considering. My stepmom keeps saying I should take the civil servant test, and just see what that might get open the door for.
Yeah, I'd say do it. I don't see anything harm in it.
Yeah. I mean, main thing is I just got prepared for it.
Yeah, every time.
That's your favorite.
If you really believe that that's a path that you're at least open to,
There's
I'd say do it. I'd say do it.
Did you take it, or is that a thing that you didn't know?
I had to do an engineering certification test, which was
You weren't even ready for the picture.
oh man, that was woozy, but I somehow
Keep this
passed
egg alive.
it. I somehow passed it, so I was kind of. And then I learned that like, oh, I didn't actually. I thought I needed it for my job because they asked me about it, and I was like, oh god, I haven't taken it.
Oh,
so,
well, I'll go take it now.
So yeah, I crammed it all in like I was doing finals. I literally crammed it in like 3 weeks when you need like 2 to 3 months to really prepare for it. Somehow I passed it, and then I got there like, oh, you don't actually.
Oh, hey,
I mean, it's
it'll be good for moving forward.
Yeah, definitely.
They might pick you over the other guy if you have that for like promotions.
Dude, yeah, but it was like I walked up to everybody. It's like, so how was your FD? Was it hard for you? It's like, oh wait, I didn't have to take it. I was like, you have to take it. I spent like 2 weeks cramming for it.
2 seconds away from your Joker moment.
Yeah. So far, it's comfortable here. I want to move out of Sonic, but at this point, like I've been talking with some college apartments are pretty expensive. So until I get confident, like where it's like, all right, do I really feel like I want to move on, commit to living like a true adult, independent, just like, fuck it, go down that path, and try to actually live a life. Yeah. At this point, maybe like next year. Yeah. Yeah. It's good to see you. I guess the
School didn't kill me.
yeah,
I'll give it that.
I wanted to kill me.
Me too.
Hey, graduating, that's a great accomplishment. You know, like, a lot of people would be envious of all the opportunities you could get.
No, I'm so goddamn lucky. Like honestly, the biggest boon I have in graduating, I didn't graduate with any real honors. I graduated, but you know what I do have on me? You know how much I paid in student loans?
I hope you don't pay that debt, right? 0 debt.
I'm so damn lucky on that because I had A, family was helping me out through it. B, for like the first 4 years I had TOPS, and then throughout all of it I had my stepmom works in the school system, so I got a like special exemption for having that. Basically, it made me exempt to most of the bullshit fees they put on you. So functionally, I got like multiple avenues of less cost, as well as my family had put together a fund since I was a kid to put money into and then use for my college. That ran out, but I made enough money and was able to kind of scrounge together myself to self-pay for the last couple semesters. And so all in all, I was able to graduate with 0 student loans, owing nothing.
Yeah, limiting debt, especially at this stage, is really good. Yeah, be grateful for that. That's good to hear. It's good to hear from you, dude. It's so much. Yeah. Anything exciting happen? Go anywhere?
Not really for me. You know, like I said, I've been trying to graduate, so I'm going to put out more on that.
I guess.
Went and saw a couple movies recently that were really good. Went and saw Backrooms.
I had a colleague talk about that. Is it good?
I liked it a lot. It's a very slow burn horror thing. So if you're heavy TikTok brained and you can't stop just scrolling,
I didn't even know they made it until last week. Somebody was like, oh, I saw Backrooms.
It's specifically based on and directed by the guy that made a YouTube series.
I saw that first video. I didn't know it was making the whole movie.
Yeah, he made a whole series on it. That he started it when he was 17. And I was,
He was 17?
Yeah, he's 20 now. He's 20 and he made like A24's highest grossing movie.
Oh my god.
Period.
Well, I gotta kill myself.
But it's very good. It's not perfect, but it's very, very good. And I also went and saw Amazing Digital Circus, like final episode early release in theaters.
I've heard of that. I don't know if I haven't seen it.
Maybe it's not for everyone. I like it a lot. I thought it ended pretty well. Best way I can describe it is, what if I have no mouth and I must scream had a silly 3D art style, and instead of being a giant monolith, the evil AI was a pair of chattering teeth with eyeballs in it. It's weird, but very, very fun, frankly. Yeah. I haven't had that much.
Well, I know Alex been going places.
Norway. Yeah.
Can you speak? What do they speak? Is it
English?
Well, I mean, they speak,
I know they do
they
that.
speak Norwegian, but like
Apparently
also,
they're so Americanized that they all speak English. Something.
I mean, genuinely everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but a lot of places do just speak English because it's the whole thing.
Yeah,
It's
especially
a
if you're in college.
lingua franca,
Yeah.
and out of college especially.
Yeah. It's sick you have to go there.
Yeah.
It was either there or
I'm
Oklahoma.
definitely not jealous of your
I'd love to be
45 an hour and 30 an hour.
Their minimum wage is $25 an hour.
Euros.
$25 an hour.
Yeah.
Virginia was
My mom was like,
$15
oh, I need to go to France.
Gentlemen, synchronize your death watches.
Yeah. I need to get out of this hellscape.
My grandmother keeps saying I need to move to Canada. And
I would move to Canada in a heartbeat.
maybe.
You have Canadian citizenship.
I don't have Canadian citizenship.
You also
I
have.
don't think I have
South
citizenship,
African
but I keep being told by people that like
I don't think is it.
Yeah, but what
because I
your
have
grandmother
like
was
I
Oh,
have
because you're a Cajun.
yeah because I have a like
there.
specified and written down lineage back to the Cajuns, the Acadians. I could probably move there pretty easy.
I didn't even think about
Yeah,
it.
you can move to
However-
Nova Scotia.
I don't like cold.
You can move to Alberta.
Is Vancouver cold?
Yeah, Vancouver's on the ocean.
I know Vancouver is like really nice. I know it's very
It's Canada.
expensive.
It's all cold. Maybe not all
Yeah.
the time, but it's all cold.
I mean, the climate change will change it for you.
I don't want to bank on the world getting worse.
Yeah.
I want to imagine.
They already hit 100 now.
I want to
I
imagine
know.
living with 20 feet of snow.
I want to imagine living in a world that's not 50 years from dying. When I'm
We're already
probably
I mean, it's either dying
So we've already
cold or
done-
dying from heat.
We've already passed 1 3/4 Celsius above industrial average.
Don't remind me now. Like, yeah. But yeah, Canada would be
Hey, Mr.
sick.
Weather degree man, fuck off.
We're gonna be.
Go use your degree somewhere else.
Yeah, Canada would be nice.
Yeah.
I don't know what part of Canada.
I talked to some guy.
My mom is like, oh, you should go to Montreal.
Montreal.
Yeah, that's the other thing. My family keeps saying I should specifically go to the French areas, and I'm like, wow, no thanks.
Well,
They're,
well, the thing about it, they
they
don't
could be
really
cool.
I
like
don't really.
English speakers over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't.
And even if I, because the thing is, I don't remember my French very well, and
Well,
like even if I did, I don't really feel.
Yeah, my
like
dad talked to Toby.
Yeah, I like speaking
Broussard.
English.
I think the name Broussard would resonate with me a little bit.
I mean, yeah, but then when they hear that I can barely fucking speak the language anymore,
Alec. Well, it could be like, oui, oui.
I think I'd get shot. I think I'd
They
find
don't
the,
have guns up there.
I'd find the one
They'd
like
find knives
Canadian
up there.
prepper. I'd find the one Canadian prepper with an unregistered firearm. The single one in the entire country.
Yes.
Hold on, I need to change. I'm like hot. Work clothes. I was smart enough to bring shorts.
How was he?
I brought my swimsuit. I didn't know if we were going to swim.
Well, I would have. I would have.
do later. Toby.
Had I known, I would have
No,
done
we're
it.
gonna swim later.
I mean, if everyone else doesn't, I'm not going to. But
That
might just be you.
I know
That's
Alec
how it
loves
is.
swimming. Maybe you can swim in the Norway's cold. I don't know.
The ocean
The ice
is like
people or whatever.
40 degrees.
what have you been up to anyway, Eric? I didn't
It's
mean
kind
for
of
the
the
two of us.
usual. It's kind of the usual.
You got the
I didn't mean for the two of us to kind of steal the
Oh,
entire
that's
conversation.
fine. We were just kind of listening.
Eric, you got the
What's that?
sticks, the big sticks.
Do you not know where they're right behind you? Forgot about this place.
The big sticks.
The big sticks.
All right. So, yep, that was Toby talking on how he's been doing, because, I don't see him as much. So, oh, and I forgot to mention, after that, we played pool, right? Billiards. For the first time, we did a team game of 8-ball. 2v2. It was me and Alec against Hamza and Toby. Yeah, we were playing while we were waiting for Landon and Logan, so yeah, I forgot to mention that part. Alright. So yeah, a lot of videos. 3 meetups in a week. A lot of videos that we did together. So I'll talk about that a little bit later. But let's talk about the 6-7 day special video that I made. So I wanted to do a special video of 6-7 because June 7th is, or was, because it already happened, 6-7 day. It was a random, stupid video that I came up with. Alright. So I did not have, obviously, if you saw that video, I released it late, okay? So I did not have a lot of time to record or work on it together. So I turned the 6-7 day into 6-9 because we met up. Our second meetup was on June the 9th, 6-9. You know the number? 69, and me and my friends, we would say it like 69. You know that, because 69, 6-9 day, 67, 6-7, 6-7 day. You get it. So that's the main reason why that special video came out a few days after 6-7 day. All right, and it took a lot of time to work on. Basically, that video was in like 3 different sections. The skit of me realizing that, oh my gosh, June 7th, it's 6-7 day, and then when I went to sleep on that sofa, Bucky, remember Bucky, the host of the classic Super Sluggers tournament, hosted a 6-7 day contest on which character did the best of 6-7 with the hands. Alright? And it was something completely random that I came up with. Alright? And then after that was the highlight reel of 6-7. It was something, again, this is something random. These things, they popped into my mind as I was making the video. After that, if you saw the whole video, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. If you find it entertaining but weird at the same time, then that's good enough. And you saw a picture of the Beatles. And, yeah, there was copyright song playing. Okay, there were copyright music playing. And if you look at the description, you get to see the copyright songs that were playing. Mainly Grateful Dead music, the Beatles. All right. And then the highlight reel. And let me tell you, originally it was going to be a 6-7 day compilation video of all the 6-7 moments. But I'm going to save that. Might as well save it for 6-7-2-7 next year. Get it? June 7th, 2027. Alright. The reason why I made this video is because it's funny how the 6-7 joke, I found out about that joke like months after it became viral. I didn't know anything about this weird meme until towards the end of last year. So we had a meetup. Me and my friends, we met up on November the 30th, I believe, of last year. And I think that was on a Sunday. And it was. And for some reason, 6-7 was like, we were going crazy over that 6-7 joke. And pretty much ever since, I kept saying it. Every time I meet up with my friends. And I said it a lot more as 6-7 day was approaching June 7th. So that's why I kept saying it. And I know that may be annoying to some of you. But now that 6-7 day has gone by, I'm going to kind of stop on saying it. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll say it a lot next year when we approach June 7th, 2027. So that's why I decided to make this video, okay? And yeah, it was just a bunch of random clips in that highlight reel with me and my friends, and you got to see Eiley and Micah. Remember that keyboard or that laptop destruction? And the last two keys on that keyboard were 6-7. Yeah, she did that on purpose. And I didn't know, at the time, I didn't know anything about that joke. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad I'm not I'm glad I'm not in school anymore, because a lot of people were saying it at school at the time. Thankfully, I've been graduated. And yeah, so that was kind of funny. And that was the highlight reel. That was when I was showing it to my friends, with Hamza, Landon, Logan, and Brad, which was our third and final meetup. And then it turned into 6-9, 69, because we met up on June the 9th, which is 6-9. And yeah, it was... the video turned out to be 40 minutes. Isn't that crazy? And then towards the end of the video was me waking up, and then the big stuffed animal plushies were waking me up, and then you heard the 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7, 6-7 song, which isn't copyrighted, by the way. What if I add those soundtracks to my American Truck Simulator music folder, because they're not copyrighted? And then at the end of the video was the Choose Your Fate music. Choose your fate, 6-7 or 6-9. So yeah, it was something random. Once in a while, I'll make a random stupid video like that. Kind of like the Eric versus Keith skits, which I only did 2 of those last year. It was just something random that I came up with. So I hope you enjoyed that. And after I released that 6-7 video, if you follow my posts, sometimes I don't do posts often, but you might have seen those polls, those image polls that I did of the contest. So I came up with 3 polls of the 6-7 contest on which characters did the best hand gesture. Okay. So here's the first one. Round 1 of the 6-7 contest, which character did the best hand gesture? Big Monkey, Jack Skellington, or Big Spidey? 14 votes. Big Monkey got the most votes, 79%. Jack Skellington, 7%. And Big Spidey, 14%. T-Bone, you comment, you picked Jack Skellington. I wish I can see who picked who. You know what I'm saying? I wish there was an option, like which subscriber picked what in the poll. That would be cool. Because it's funny, 14 votes and only 1 comment. I wonder if most of those voters aren't subscribers of mine. Okay, then. So Big Monkey won round 1. Round 2, the female characters. Sally, Rosalina, Giant Daisy. Sally won round 2, 53%. Rosalina, 27%, and Giant Daisy, 20%. Yes, I do have that Giant Daisy plush. And when I got it, I was doing the 6-7 hands, and it worked out. And I'm like, okay, I have to do this on video. Okay, 15 votes that time. 4 comments. Well, 2 of them were for me. Kitty chose Kitty Cutie, if you're watching, listening, you chose Sally. T-Bone, you picked Giant Daisy. So Sally won round 2, and then the final round was the 2 winners of round 1 and 2. Big Monkey, round 1 winner against Sally, round 2 winner. This was a complete shutout. 16 votes. Every one of y'all picked the round 1 winner, Big Monkey. CC, Animal Time Shorts, you comment. You said, OMG, I haven't watched the video yet. What does this poll mean? And I reply to you, you gotta watch the video first. So it's official. Congratulations. Big Monkey won the 6-7 contest. Let me go get Big Monkey. Yeah, let's go get Big Monkey. Tell him the news that, hey, you won the 6-7 contest. Be right back. Let's bring in Big Monkey. How you doing? Yeah, sit on the guest seat here. So Big Monkey won the 6-7 hand gesture. Yeah. Can you do it again one more time for us, please? Okay, cool. Let's see it. Here it is. It's him doing it one more time if you're watching. And he was first. He was up first in the contest too, by the way. It almost, if he does this, it's kind of the same. This, and then this. Yes, his name is Big Monkey because I've had this for a long time when I was a kid, so I would always call him Big Monkey. And I pretend that he is Curious George's grandfather. It's kind of funny to say that. Yeah, his grandpa, Curious George. It's funny because this is a monkey, but Curious George is not a monkey. Even though they call him a little monkey, he's technically not a monkey because he has no tail. Monkeys have tails. But because he doesn't have a tail, he's technically not a monkey. He's technically an ape, a chimpanzee. You notice that? Donkey Kong, he's not a monkey, he's an ape. He's actually a gorilla. So, you know, gorillas, they pound their chest. So, yeah. But this monkey has a tail. Yep. I guess he can't talk. Probably because he's old. I think he's deaf. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, you touching the mic. 6-7. 6-7. Oh, I want to apologize, Big Monkey. I don't know if you remember. If you saw that 6-7 clip towards the end, you, Giant Daisy, Jack Skellington, Sally, Bucky were all waking me up. Everyone except for Big Spidey. Big Spidey was like a sore loser. I got mad and I punched you and you flew over the sofa. Do you remember that? Oh, you don't? Well, I guess that's a good thing. yeah, so my apologies. I want to congratulate you for the 6-7 winner, hand gesture. How about we do it together one last time? What the heck? What are we doing? All right, get. Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. If you want, you can just chill out here with me. Hope we don't fall asleep or fall off the chair, but there you go. Okay, so, yeah, like I said, a random video that I made of 6-7. Alright, now let's get into the videos, vlogs, gaming, and all that stuff. Yeah, this is a big episode, by the way, because it's been quite some time. So the videos. Alright, let's talk about some of the videos that I just released here. Alright, let's see. When was the last episode? June the 10th, I think? Or no, June the 3rd. June the 3rd. Okay. By the way, here's what I got to drink. This is a Pepsi, but it says prebiotic cola. I've never had this before. I tasted it. It's pretty good. It's only got 30 calories. Never seen it before or tasted it before, so that was my first time, so it's pretty good. I do like Pepsi over more than Coca-Cola. So whenever I go to a restaurant and it has Pepsi to drink, I usually get Pepsi. Alright, so let's see. Talk about some of the videos that I released over the past 2 weeks. So I released the, mainly the Evangeline Downs horse races. Okay. First, I released a video of the old clips that I was there at the racetrack in Opelousas, Louisiana. Then I also released a video of races from May 28th, which was 2 days before I made my return to the racetrack. And then I released the actual official vlog, which was almost an hour. That's right. I'm glad I went back there, because it's been almost 7 years. And my former French teacher, Monsieur Leclercq, he lives like 30 minutes away. He's never been there before, so that was quite the experience. And it was also their 60th anniversary, so that was perfect. We had a great time, so I hope you enjoyed that vlog. And then I found the races from the broadcast of the announcer, the track announcer, and I released that in its own clip, which was also an hour video. And then I would also put my video at the bottom right of the broadcast video so you can see both perspectives, if you know what I mean. Because, there's no, like, sounds of the crowd during when I played those broadcasts of the announcer announcing the races. It's just like quiet background noise. It's like listening to it on the radio, So when there was dead silence, I was talking, and sometimes the track announcer would start talking, so I would have to shut up and let the track announcer talk. It was kind of funny, So I hope you enjoyed that. The 4th of July is coming up. It's on a Saturday, and they are going to have races on the 4th of July, so maybe I'll upload those full races. So, yeah. All right. Then I mentioned I released Nintendo Land Attraction Tour, which is basically the party mode of the game. I released that, Sunday night? Yeah, because at the time, the reason why I released that video at the time was because I didn't thought what to release that night, because I did not have the time to plan a video to release. So I chose that video, something short and sweet. And then the last video that I just released was playing billiards with Hamza while we were waiting for Landon and Logan to show up, and that was from Saturday, June the 6th. And let's talk about the shorts. Excuse me. the shorts that I released over the past 2 weeks. And a lot of my shorts are random, okay? A lot of my shorts are random. So I released 4 15-second shorts. One called Hello Squirrel. That has over 1,500 views, 14 likes. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, that was at my work parking lot. So right before I got out of my car, I saw a squirrel. So I'm like, all right, let's do this quick short of the squirrel. You know how squirrels, they move weird? Yeah. The next short I did was a very small restroom, which was also at my workplace. That has even more views than the squirrel short, which is crazy. I wonder if any of my work people saw that short. I hope not. But if they did, damn. By the way, speaking of work, I have unreleased video clips / shorts at that place. The reason why I never released those yet is because I'm afraid that the work people are going to see it. I figured it would be better if I release those videos after I no longer work at that place, but I still work at that place, by the way. I've been there for over 3.5 years. I started my first day was on November 15, 2022. Been there ever since. The next short, Here Comes a Fire Truck, and this also has over 1,000 views. This was on the way home from work. And yes, the fire trucks are a lime yellow color. Alright? And then the last 15-second short I released was called Broken Kitchen Chair. And that has a lot less views, but it was still over 300, quite a lot. So if you're wondering how that chair broke, my father broke it, sadly. And one night, I heard a loud noise, but I didn't thought it was something like that, you know? I thought it was just something dropped. So I forget what I was doing. I don't know if I was recording a video or live streaming, but I was on my computer. I should have checked what that was, what that sound was, but it was that chair breaking. I think my father was sitting on it, and the chair just gave away, you know. It was on its last legs. Thankfully, my father was all right. Yeah, this is what happens. Remember what I said earlier? Living in the same house for over 20 years, eventually things are going to start breaking, you know, or need to get replaced. Those kitchen chairs, I think they're just as old as me. And that kitchen table is older than me for sure. That's what my father told me. We had this table before you were born. And I'm like, wow. Isn't that crazy? And you remember, if you're familiar with that chair, I used to sit in one of those kitchen chairs at my computer before I got this chair and then the gaming chair. The chair that Big Monkey is sitting on, we got this chair for free, I believe, November of last year. So I decided to sit on this chair to make it my new computer chair. And it was actually, the seat was lower than the kitchen chair. The seat was lower, but it was more comfy. But I could not lower or raise the seat. So my brothers, they got me this gaming chair. Remember that video I made of this gaming chair? This is one of the best Christmas gifts I ever got, because I can raise the seat and it's comfy. It's worth it, because, I mean, I'm on my computer for hours literally every day. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, yeah, I released 4 consecutive 15-second shorts. Then I released 2 shorts at the racetrack, the horse racing racetrack with Monsieur Leclercq. Okay, those got over 100 views, so that's great. And then there was a random short, Hello to My Friends. That was on June the 9th, our second meetup. The thumbnail was funny. Excuse me. It's Hamza. And yeah, you can't change the thumbnail. You can't upload your own thumbnail for shorts. So whatever YouTube decides what the thumbnail is, you have to go with it. So that's kind of weird. You can't pick your own thumbnail for shorts. Oh well, it's okay. But yeah, that's why I didn't release any videos other than that short, because I was meeting up with my friends. Alright. And then the latest short I released was called "There Was an Automobile Accident." And yeah, that was kind of crazy. Speaking of automobile accident, on my way to work the other day, there was another accident. But I didn't do a short of it because I didn't have the time to pull out my phone, you know. But basically, there was a car facing my direction, but it stopped. It had its flashers on, and I'm like, whoa, how did this happen? So that was kind of crazy. So I had to change lanes because that car was in my way. This was right off the interstate. It wasn't on the interstate, but it was, you know, the road that goes underneath the interstate bridges. Yeah, it was at that area, right at that intersection. Okay, so those are the videos. All right. Now, let's get into the vlogging part. And I know I've said this for a while and it never happened. I have unreleased videos of me walking at parks, but I never release those. I apologize. Here, let me tell you the real reason. It's because I have to go through them and basically put the clips together. But here's the thing. While I was most of these were last year, okay? I didn't do much of walking at the park videos in the spring of 2026, but I did quite a bit last year, spring of 2025. While I was recording those, I wasn't doing any talking. If you remember those walking at the park videos, I would do my own narration. You know, I would talk with the microphone while I'm rewatching the videos of me walking at the parks. I just never had a chance to do those. I'm being honest with y'all. But a few days ago, I went through a lot of my unreleased video files. I have unreleased videos of me walking at parks. I have unreleased videos of me playing tennis, shooting basketball hoops. So I would like to release at least one of those, you know. So yeah, my apologies on never releasing that yet. That's the thing. I can't keep my promises on everything, you know. But yeah, vlogs. Of course, we're in the summer season. I say swimming videos. Those are considered vlogs, you know, because it's outdoors. Yes, I have unreleased swimming videos. I would like to release some swimming videos throughout the summer. I know I did that last year. I even released some from 2020 and 2021 because it was really, you know, what am I waiting for? I know sometimes once in a while, I'll release videos that were recorded from years ago. I have a lot. I do have a lot of unreleased videos. So sometimes when I release unreleased videos, it's kind of a surprise. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going way back to 2019, for example, you know. But yeah, I have quite a bit of unreleased swimming videos, so would like to release some of those. All right. That's the main thing, and other unreleased videos with my friends. So yes, the 3 meetups. We did a lot of videos, vlogging and gaming. All right. Now to the gaming. Okay. Obviously, the game that I'm currently focusing on is Mario Bros. DS. New Super Mario Bros. On the DS. So I changed my decision. Let me take off my hat. Been wearing this for a while. Getting kind of hot. Yes, I need to get a haircut. I'll talk about that soon. Yeah, current game that I'm focusing on is New Super Mario Bros. On the DS. And it's 2 episodes a week, right? So at first, it was every Tuesday and Saturday. So episode 1 was on Saturday, episode 2 was on Tuesday. Then a few episodes later, I didn't release one for almost a week because I got busy, basically. I think it was with the Meetups. But or I might have been before the Meetups. So I forgot that I was planning on releasing the next episode last night, Tuesday night. Or excuse me, was it? Hold on, let me check the schedule. Excuse me. Today is Wednesday, right? Yep, June 17th. Yeah, Tuesday. I was supposed to release the next episode of New Super Mario Bros. DS Tuesday. Yesterday. But I didn't. I forgot. I forgot to record, basically. So instead, I released that playing billiards with Hamza video. So basically, it's going to be every Tuesday and Friday. So that means you are going to see tonight, get a premiere New Super Mario Bros. On the DS, Episode 9, World 5, Part 1, and then Part 2 of World 5 will be on Friday. So you're going to see 2 episodes in like 3 days, but it's going to be every Tuesday and Friday. Okay? I think it's going to be like that for the rest of the series. Alright. Originally, I wasn't going to premiere anything tonight, but now I have to. Now I have to premiere something tonight. Because last week, there were some days where I didn't really premiere anything because of the meetups that I had, and I was kind of tired. Didn't really have all the time to decide or work on videos that I want to release, you know what I'm saying? But that's okay. So yeah, every Tuesday and Friday, New Super Mario Bros. DS, except with the exception tonight because it's Wednesday, but again, I was supposed to release that last night. Alright. Okay. So, other gaming news. I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. Remember last time I said I want to bring back Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator. Well, I'm going to say that again. Instead, I am going to bring back Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator. I plan on it most likely next week. I'm going to bring back Euro Truck Simulator 2 first. I want to live stream that game first. Now, for American Truck Simulator, I have two unreleased videos that I want to release first before I live stream that game again. Okay. So for Euro Truck Simulator 2, I know for sure I released all of the videos. I released all of the episodes. So now I can live stream it whenever I'm ready. For American Truck Simulator, there are 2 unreleased videos. The first one was, remember the Olympic party back in February? Well, some of my mom's friends' kids were playing Truck Simulator. Never got to release that episode at the time because I was already done with my season 5, I believe it was. I concluded season 5 with the 10th anniversary of American Truck Simulator, which was in early February. Then a few days later was the Olympic party that we had on February the 7th. So I guess that'll be the first episode that I'll be releasing of American Truck Simulator for season 6 from over 4 months ago. I gotta upload that first and make sure it's ready. And then the second unreleased video of American Truck Simulator was Alec playing when he came back here last Saturday. And yeah, I'm aware, 5Ter, if you're listening, I don't know if you listen to all the episodes of Eric's Top News. I know you listen to all the episodes of Keat Sports News. But if you also listen to all the episodes of Eric's Top News, and wow, thank you for taking your time to listening to both Eric and Keith on a weekly basis, pretty much. Yeah, I saw the new UI design, or the new sat nav. It's not bad, but at the same time, why did they change it? And also, it would be cool if I can bring back the old sat nav, because you know that was when I first started playing it or doing episodes. I liked the way it looked. It would be cool to bring that old sat nav or old UI design back. But the new one's not bad. It's actually pretty good. But it would be cool to, you get to pick your own UI design or your own sat nav design, you know. Do you want this version, that version, or the newest version, you know? That would be cool. But yeah. And yes, I know the state of Illinois came out, what was like a couple of weeks ago, and normally they would have a cruising event for World of Trucks, but for whatever reason they didn't have it. I remember you told me the reason they're under construction or something like that, so there's no Illinois cruising event. I wonder if they'll still have it anyways later in the year. I hope so, because I enjoy doing these cruising events. I enjoy these World of Trucks events. If not, if they're not going to have one at all, I guess I can do my own. But yeah, I do know the state of Illinois came out. Maybe you and I can explore it together. I don't know if you explored it yet, but maybe we should explore it together. We kind of talked about that before. All right, so that might be the first thing I'll do when I live stream that game again. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, a lot of trucking simulator will return to this channel. Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator. I'm going to try and bring those back sometime next week. Okay. Let's see. And gaming. The last... no, two more gaming news. Remember I mentioned, I think it was like a few episodes ago, I want to do a Super Mario Galaxy marathon live stream of me playing my favorite stars. I'm going to try to do that this Sunday. Sunday fun day of Mario Galaxy. Of me playing my favorite levels. I was going to wait until after the Mario Galaxy movie is no longer in theaters. And yep, that movie is no longer in theaters after like 2.5 months. Isn't that crazy? I didn't thought it would be in theaters for that long, but it really was. So I think I'll finally do that live stream on Sunday. And if you're a Sonic the Hedgehog fan, which I'm not, I know Acer is, his birthday is coming up. Sonic the Hedgehog's birthday is on June 23rd, and there is this certain Sonic game. It's a racing game that I would like to live stream. So I will do that on Tuesday, June 23rd. I forgot the name of the game. I know I have it somewhere, but I don't feel like finding it right now. I'm kind of tired right now. Okay. So those are the gaming news. Yeah. And also next week, I'm going to plan, because summer season's pretty much here, right? Which means it's time to do the next channel update video. I know, T-Bone, you're asking when the next channel update video will be. I'm gonna plan on doing it and have it released on Monday, June 22nd. That'll be the next channel update video of me talking about basically the summer season on this channel. Alright? Because I would do like, I don't know, like 5 channel update videos per year. Did one in January, I believe, the winter season. Let me see. Channel update. Let's see. Last year, okay, 2020. The channel update first became a thing in 2023, and then it became permanent in 2024. So I did 5 channel update videos in 2024. In 2025, I also did 5 channel update videos. So yeah, the next one will be my 3rd channel update video. I would usually do by seasons. Okay, so this will be the summer season. Summer season's usually the biggest time of the year for this channel. Which, honestly, that reminds me of something. When I did a poll a while ago, I believe I did this poll. I'm trying to scroll down to see if I have it here. Yep, a few months ago, I did 2 polls of basically. Here's the first one. I'm gonna take screenshots first. Let me take screenshots first, and then I'll show you. Because this literally just popped into my mind. It's funny how when things popped in your mind, you might as well, like, alright, might as well do it, you know? So, let's go back 4 months ago. See, it doesn't tell you when exactly I posted it. It would just say, 4 months ago. But this poll, wow, 32 votes. It says, after releasing the year-end review videos, which was back in January, what are your favorite months on my channel? 32 votes. 16% picked January to March. 28% picked April to June. 13% picked July to September, and most of y'all picked October to December, which means y'all must enjoy my Halloween and Christmas videos. And I got 9 comments. Oh yeah, I even put my own comment. It says, looks like most people enjoy my Halloween and Christmas videos, so that's cool. Let's see. CC Animal Time Short says, I like the April to June, lots of fun videos. Awesome. Five Tayer, the MVP of KSN, you said, honestly, might be April to June because of my Easter and birthday streams. July to September is a close second though. Awesome. Yeah, I know you always look forward to those streams. And then T-Bone, the MVP of this channel, he said July to September because it's summer, as well as June. And then the second poll I posted was, if I can find it here. I have so many images. Way too many images. A lot of images I don't delete. after the last poll question, I might as well ask you this one. What is your favorite season? And 24 votes. Winter, 21%, as well as spring. Summer, 46%, and autumn, 13%. I'd figure most people would pick summer because a lot of y'all are younger than me. You know, y'all are still in school. Y'all don't have school in the summer. Hey, when I was growing up, summer was my favorite holiday, or it's not holiday, favorite season because no school. But now I don't like summer as much because it's so damn hot where I live. I mean, the only thing I like about summer is really swimming. So I prefer winter. I do, because it's not hot. And it doesn't get very cold a lot of times. But one time it snowed. A few times it has snowed here. CC, Animal Time Short, says, spring is the perfect mix of hot and cold. That's right. Someone by a username of Tyler English said snowy summer. Garrett Robinson said definitely summer. 5 Taylor says, for me it goes winter as my favorite, then autumn/fall, spring and summer being my least favorite. 9 times out of 10 I would rather be freezing cold than extremely hot. And then I replied to you. I said, I'm with you on that. You would hate to be in South Louisiana during the hot summer, excessive heat. And then, of course, T-Bone says, my favorite season is obviously summer. There we go. So yeah, channel update video. Summer season will be upcoming Monday. And got some big news I want to share with y'all. And that is, speaking of summer, I mentioned my favorite time of the year is, favorite part about summer is swimming, right? Well, big news, folks. If you made it this far, we are having... excuse me, I'm getting tired. We're having a swimming party. That's right. The past couple of years, we would have like 2 swimming parties. That's right. We're having one, and the official date, June 27th. That's right. We are having a swimming party on June the 27th, which is like 10 days from now. Isn't that crazy? It's coming up soon. It's crazy how time flies. Yeah. June 27th will be the swimming party. I already told my friends about it during our last meetup. Hamza, Landon, Logan, and Brad. I think they're all going to come. Sadly, Alec and Toby can't because they'll be, out of town. I also told Monsieur Leclercq and also another former French teacher of mine. I invited him, and he gave me a thumbs up, so there's a chance he might come as well. And of course, a bunch of my mom's friends and their children, if you're familiar with their faces. Yeah, it's going to be a big party. It's basically going to be a celebration of America's 250th birthday, 1 week from the biggest 4th of July ever. I know. Yeah, that's what that's going to be about. Might as well, right? Might as well celebrate America. 250 years coming up. It's kind of crazy, man. Kind of crazy to think about. So yeah, swimming party on June 27th. And of course, yes, I will record a lot there. With these party videos, I would set up a laptop on top of that printer by the freezer, would have a webcam recording the room, and of course my 2 cameras, the digital camera right here and the GoPro for the pool. But I mentioned earlier that I almost slipped and fell, as well as Landon. He slipped while he was jumping. I'm hoping we can get that fixed, because we don't want any children to slip and fall and hurt themselves. But if we can't get that fixed, I'm gonna have to maybe write a sign or something, or just tell everyone, attention, please do not run around the pool, especially the brown area, which is the edges of the pool, because you can easily slip and fall. So please do not run around the pool. But yeah, the swimming party will be on June 27th. And by the way, I'm thinking, I forgot to mention this, I'm thinking about releasing last year's party this weekend. I can't guarantee it. But yes, last year, I never actually released an official video of last year's swimming party, 2025. So I would like to release that first, before I release this year's. And you know how I mentioned that this year's party will be basically about, celebrating 250 years of America. Maybe might as well release the 2026 swimming party video on the 4th of July. What if I do that? Why not? Now, normally on the 4th of July, I would live stream American Truck Simulator, but I might not do that this year. I might do it maybe the day after, Sunday, July 5th, But yeah, I'll have to think about it. I mean, I'll talk more about that in the next episode of Eric's Top News. I'm pretty sure I'll do another episode of Eric's Top News next week. And then the episode after the party, I'll talk about the party, recapping it, just like I did for the Winter Olympics party. So yeah, June 27th will be the swimming party. I know, coming up. How exciting. And before we have that party, I'm going to have to get a haircut and shave my face. That's right. Soon I will shave all this off. That's right. This is the most facial hair I've ever had. It's been months since I've shaved. It's been over 3 months. Last time I shaved was right before I left town to go to Houston in early March. So, might as well look fresh and clean for the swimming party. I'm going to shave first and then get a haircut. So I'm thinking this weekend I'll shave. And then I'll get a haircut. I usually get a haircut like the day before the party. I would do the same thing with the Halloween party. Get a haircut the day before the party. So I would get a haircut 3 times a year. Last time I got it was, I think it was late February or early March, right before I left to go to Houston. The next one will be right before the swimming party, and then the third time will be right before the Halloween party. So about every 3.5 to 4 months, I would get a haircut. So, yeah. And remember, I did a shaving video. Yeah, I know that was one of my random videos of me shaving my face. I'll do it again because this is a lot of facial hair. I don't know if I'll ever have this much facial hair in my life. Maybe. I mean, never say never, but yeah, and I got shaving cream, so I guess I'll use shaving cream this time. I've never used shaving cream before. I know, so that'll be basically a first-time experience. Okay. So, yeah, gotta do that soon. Alright, I mentioned Monsieur Leclercq. I did a phone call with him last night, and it was mainly... The phone call is going to be mainly for Keat Sports News. Next episode of KSN will be tomorrow, so most of that phone call will be on that episode, but we were kind of talking about non-sports talk, so here is that. And wow, this episode's 2 hours, but we're almost done here. Here's little clip of my phone call with Monsieur Leclercq, former French teacher.
But tell me all about, I guess it was about the pool party you wanted to have, you said, by the end of June.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be on... Oh, yeah, my mom just made that invitation. I'll send it to you. I'll just send it to you now. Yeah.
Cool.
Let's see. I guess I'll Messenger? That'll be easier.
That's fine. Yeah, I like Messenger. It's very easy.
Yeah. All right. Maybe I can also invite Monsieur Bruno Paco.
Please do. And I'm sure his daughter and his wife would love to come too. You know, he has a lovely daughter. Yeah, no, like seriously, that'd be nice.
Oh, and he's also a soccer fan, right? Belgium.
I'm probably, when Belgium's gonna play like real serious game, I'm probably gonna reach out to him and see if he wants to just, catch a game somewhere. Either in Baton Rouge. I would prefer him to drive here because gas is still expensive.
Right.
But, yeah, but that'd be nice to watch a game with him. So he's a cool guy. I like him.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, I just send it to you.
Sweet. Okay, I'll check. Definitely check. But if it's gonna be really on the last day of June or one of the last days of June?
Oh, towards the end. The last weekend.
Yeah. Sorry. Wait. Wrap up. The last week is gonna be, because I know I'm leaving on the 2nd of July.
Oh yeah, that's before that. Yeah.
And perfect. Because I have a couple of appointments for my health before that. But I'll check. I'll definitely go check once I'm done with this and getting ready for the second game of the day, right?
Yeah. I'm looking at. Oh, what's that?
How's everything since the last time? Because I thought about you guys when I went to the jockey lot. It was really fun experience. I mean, I had never been to.
Oh, the horse race?
Yeah, the horse race. First time ever for me, so that was really cool.
Yeah, I'm glad. That was a pretty fun time. And for me, it's been like 7 years since I last went.
Oh yeah. For a long time, huh?
Yeah, man, time flies. Yeah, crazy. It's also been 7 years since I last went to the beach. Maybe I might go back there finally. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, you said that too. That's true. Yep. You mentioned
it would be
that.
nice to go back. Yeah.
All right, the beach is always a good idea, right? So. But cool. But I'll definitely check your invite. See if it falls well, as we say in French. But it should, I guess. I mean, I don't see any ruins. So.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just saying so many things. Because, teachers, when we're off, we actually do what we can do during the year. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Like we're not watching Netflix 24/7 during our time off. Trust me, no, that is absolutely not what's going on. So, Jesus Christ, so many things. Tellement de choses, as we say in French, money. So, but it's good to hear from you. Like I said, I went to Opelousas the other day, or I passed by, and I thought, oh yeah, they took me there. That was cool. I owed them there. Yeah, fun experience. Ils sont partis. Remember when the guy was talking in French?
Yeah, that's what they say every time they start the race. Wow, I like that.
It means exactly like they are gone. Like that's it. They just they're on their way.
I guess
But
it's their
it's
tradition.
fun that they try to keep French somewhere somehow. It's fun. I like that. Ils sont partis.
Cajun country, right? Yeah.
There you go.
That's nice.
You don't fight for it, you lose it. So I'm glad there's still people truly fighting,
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think I asked you if you own a horse, you would name it Vite for fast, right?
Yeah, right, Vite, yeah, Vite.
Or Monsieur Vite. Yeah.
Mr. Vite, yeah, like come on, you gotta hurry. Don't want to lose.
That'd be funny, yeah. All
yeah.
right.
That's cool. I'm about to get dressed and get ready.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That was
but
cool.
it's cool that you call. Look, I'm gonna check your as soon as I'm gonna check the
invite.
Your invitation, and if I can make it, promise I'll be there. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, you can let me know.
Bon. Sounds good, and please please tell Mr. Paco.
Yeah, I'll send
I
it
don't
to
know
him. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever other teacher that you kept in touch with, it's always nice. So.
Yeah.
All right, Eric. But thank you for your call.
Yeah, that was
Just
fun.
gonna,
Yeah.
get ready for another thing, but that's cool. All right, but please tell your dad, your mom I said hi, and your brother
Yes,
if he's
sir.
around. So, well, half brother.
Yeah.
All right, sounds cool. Okie dokie. All right, Eric. Well, I'll see you soon.
Okay, we'll talk next time. Yeah.
Sounds good. All right. Have a
Okay.
good evening.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. All right. So yeah, you can hear the rest of that phone call in the next episode of Keith Sports News KSN tomorrow. Now to on this date. We're almost done, folks. So, June 17th. So I would talk about the videos that I released on June 17th, live streams on June 17th, in order. Starting with 2016, a video that I did of me eating a Subway sandwich. Yeah, one of the first ever eating videos. 10 years ago, I was 15. This was obviously from a different camera, a camcorder. That camcorder was not that great. I mean, it was something, but it wasn't that great. The previous camera, the camera before my current digital camera, I like that one more. Even though that camera is also not fantastic, but I'd say that camera was better than that camcorder. But yeah, that was a random video of me eating a Subway sandwich. It's funny. I don't know if the comments are still on or not, if there's still any comments, but I remember Charles, my old friend Charles, commented on it. I think it was like, telling Toby something. I don't know, but anyways. Yep, that happened. I released that in 2016. And you know what's crazy? I barely had Subway ever since. I'm not a sub guy. I'm just not a sub sandwich guy. That's just me. Anyways, remember the $5 footlongs? I don't know if that's still a thing or not. All right. Next, 2017. A video of me playing Would You Rather, Part 1. That's right. Didn't I do a live stream of me playing that game, like, not too long ago? Let me see. Let me type that. Would you rather? Yeah, February 19, 2024. I did a Q&A stream plus playing Would You Rather. But before that, it was 2017. And one time, 2018. So, yeah. Wow. Okay. 2022, I released a video called Mario Super Sluggers Highlights number 4. Yes, back then I released quite a bit of Mario Super Sluggers videos, and I would do highlight videos. I'd also did highlight videos of American Truck Simulator, but I don't really do those anymore because I'm just not into those anymore. I'm just not into making highlight videos anymore. That was just something that I got into at the time. But yeah. And 2024, I released a video called Recapping the First Season of the United Football League, the UFL. Yes, this was a sports talk video before Keith Sports News podcast was born. So, yeah. All right. Yep, you'll hear Keith talk about the UFL, favorite league. And last year, 2025, American Truck Simulator episode 105, Back in Texas, live stream part 2. Yep, this was me exploring more of the state of Texas. And that is what happened. That is on this date, June 17th. Alright, you hear the music? It's time for me to wrap up this. This is now the longest episode yet of Eric's Top News, because yeah, it's been 2 weeks, but a lot happened, mainly the 3 meetups. So yeah, if you listen to all this, thank you very much, and I think I'll be back again next week. Well, next week is mainly the channel update, so yeah. Alright guys, a lot of videos. I'm gonna get back into live streaming as well. So, yeah. Alright, guys. See you next time. More videos. Bye-bye. Happy summer season, pretty much.
Thanks for listening to Eric's Top News.